For a lot of you, the spell work was put upon you by elders in your family, specifically female elders, your mother, your grandmother, and aunts. This was done for two reasons. For one, they wanted your spiritual inheritance, which is your gifts. When you were a child, that's when the spell work was put on you, because you have no idea what's going on. You don't know what spell work is when you're a child. I'm here from the ages of, since you were born to like 13, you had spell work put on you. After these years, you went through some sort of, addictions or tumultuous times, acting up in school, and many different other things, academic problems, just different things. And when you got older and more of your gifts got activated, that's when the spell work got heavier. It goes different levels. It goes higher and higher and higher. And when you got to a certain age, that's when they wanted to steal your financial inheritance or the land, because they already spread this narrative about you through the spell work. The spell work they put on you might have been stagnation spells, come to me spells, D spells, and all the sort. But these things were done by design, because once they knew that inheritance or that will kicked in, they already had spread a narrative about you, and you played into that narrative, not on your own accord, but because of the spell work. You might have acted out, you might have cursed people out, you might have, been promiscuous according to them, you might have, have addiction problems according to them, or you might have dealt with that. But a lot of times the spell work that they put on you cause you to run to addictions, whether it be food, drugs, sex, anything. They cause you to run to those addictions to soothe yourself, to self-medicate, because a lot of times, again, the spell work they put on you was for a reason. It was for a specific reason. So they can have a reason to say, oh, they don't deserve this inheritance. Let's write them out the will. Let's have that sibling sign their name. Let's have this mother say that they passed away or we don't know where they are. They've done things like this to make sure you can inherit that check, to make sure you can inherit that land. They've done these things on purpose. So the spell work was put on you in the beginning of your life to make sure that you were controlled, you were able to be molded into the person they wanted you to be, and then the spell work was put on you in your later years so you wouldn't be able to think twice about, oh, did that person have a will? Wait, was I in the will? And now that you're older, you can call whichever office in your city to find out, the courthouse, to find out if your great-grandmother had a will, if your great-aunt had a will, if your grandfather had a will. And you might have asked this parent or this grandmother, was I in the will? Did they even have a will? And they told you no with an attitude. No, you don't have no will. She didn't have a will. He didn't have a will. They didn't have a will. But when you did your own due diligence and you got that will sent to you, or, they told you that the person did have a will, so all you gotta do is call up and they tell you yes or no. But if we want to know the details of the will, you have to get that sent to you. And when you had that sent to you, you saw, oh wow, I was in the will and they lied to me. So a lot of these people now are scrambling because you're awakening to what was going on. And a lot of these people are going to be in spiritual jail, mental hospitals, or actual jail because they committed a fraud. They committed a crime. They signed your name or illegally took you off the will and gave your money or your land to another sibling, or your parent might have controlled it, or your grandparent might have controlled it. Either way, people are going to have to pay. And this is the season of exposure. This is the season of people having to pay for what they've done to you, collective. And no one's going to get away scot-free. It's time to pay the piper.